Hello, and welcome to our newsletter. Next week's class will feature our friend Brian Joblin, who will join us to talk about your website. Whether you want to give your website a facelift or build a new one from scratch, Brian will help you discover things you can do ahead of time that will make your website easier to build, and that often means less expensive. These tactics will also optimize your website to generate leads. Brian is the only company that we recommend to help you, so be sure to sit in on this talk about your website. Now, our newsletter. The sales call, budget and design. A survey last fall of kitchen and bath designers stated that 45% of the designers consider staying on budget their top worry. I started selling kitchens and baths remodeling in 1969, and the concerns expressed in the survey have been around for at least that long. Budget doesn't need to be a major worry during the design and build of a project if you handle it properly during the sales call. In our book, Profitable Sales: A Contractor's Guide, we walk through a series of steps that keep you in charge of the sales process. Part of that process is keeping the client on budget. There are 4 basic questions you need to ask and get answered on your sales call. What do you want to do? When do you want to do it? Who will make the buying decision? And what is your budget for the job? The first question, what do you want to do, is fairly easy to get answered, and you want to spend a lot of time here. Keep asking questions until you're inside their head and know what they want. If you don't know what they want in detail, you can't help them with their budget. Remember, the more questions you ask, the more trust you will build. The next question is one of 2 critical questions that you must have answered if you want to move ahead to the contract. When do you want to do it? Let you know if they're serious about their project. If they won't give you either a start or completion date, you won't get a contract because they aren't serious. The third question is, who will make the buying decision? This also leads into discussing their criteria for picking their contractor. Ask enough questions and you'll put yourself into the position of being the contractor of choice. When you have done that, they will then compare everyone else to you, and that's where you want to be. We cover this in detail in our book. The fourth question is, what is your budget for the job? This is the critical question that you must get answered if you want to make the sale. When you ask the question, don't wing it. Practice the question ad nauseum so you can ask it in a very straightforward manner. It also must be qualified so that the client doesn't try to dodge the question. Here's an example. John, Mary, share with me your budget for this kitchen remodel. What would you like to invest in getting this project built? Now the qualifier. I'm not asking you if you know what the job will cost. I'm aware you don't know what it will cost, and I don't know what it will cost until we complete the design for this project. What I'm asking you for is your budget. What would you like to invest in your new kitchen? What you do next will keep you from worrying about staying on budget during the design process. About half the time they will give you their budget. If it's too low and their project can't be designed for that budget, or if they won't give you a budget, it's time to help them out. Provide ranges for the job they want. Provide a medium range, a high range, and then a low range budget for the project in that order. Then, and this step is very important, clearly explain that the design they want and the selections they make will determine the cost of the project. The designer shouldn't have to worry about designing within the budget because the design is considered when the budget is set. Once you know the budget and it fits the job, start talking about a design agreement. If their budget doesn't fit the job, let them know right away. Be direct, but say it kindly because you don't want to shut the sales door. You can suggest a second meeting so you can return in 2 or 3 days with a design and proposal that better meets their budget range. Sometimes you have to work on the design a bit to make things work, but if you show the folks you are genuinely interested in their project, they might be willing to look at alternatives to their original design. When the budget is set and it fits their vision and you have a design agreement, you need to do one more thing to keep the budget and the design together. You must explain to your clients that if they make a change to the job, whether it's a large change or a small change, it doesn't matter. The price of the job will change as well. This stage in the process is when the I want stuff begins. And if you don't keep reminding them that changes to the design will change the budget, you'll have problems. During the design phase, if you're having a problem keeping within the budget, either your budget ranges were wrong or they changed the design. If your budget ranges were too low and you underestimated the cost of the design, you need to go back hat in hand and explain it. If they change the design, it's on them. They'll need to adjust their budget or go back to the original design. Make an honest effort to put the project together. If you follow our 4 steps and it's a fit, you'll be able to present your design agreement. If it's not a fit or they won't work with you to iron out the details, excuse yourself and move on. You want to be selling about 1 in 3, so don't sweat the ones you lose. Consider this a short summary of Chapter 7 in our book, Profitable Sales, A Contractor's Guide. Chapter 7 is 30 pages long, explaining how to walk through a sales call, ask questions, and get answers. If you follow it, you'll find that getting your clients to set their budget and stick to it isn't nearly as hard as many believe. It's as easy or difficult as you make it. Thanks for watching. May the profits be with you, and we'll see you next time.